it would it will be less. Like that takes away from diversity and inclusion in our own schools, and it just creates a bigger gap, like for us to make connections, like whether it's our own race or to others, like to other people too. But I just feel like it brings us like a continuous divide, rather it bring together and getting to know people, and it creates more stereotypes along the way. So I feel like it's just unfortunate and unfair that this continues to happen.
Alan, what you got? Okay.
I personally think there's no need for it because I don't know. How could I put it? I don't know. I feel like people that are like younger, some of their lives are just now starting. So now they have all this fear in knowing like what if tomorrow doesn't happen? Like you just don't like I guess that's how I sort of feel about it. I don't really have too much say on it, but I personally don't think there's no need for it. And I don't think like our president is like handling it in any type of good way, as I put it. I think he's just very prideful. And like, I don't really like talk about politics. I don't do any of that.
Okay.
Cause
Like, what we talking about?
I don't I'm not yeah, exactly. Like what are we talking about? Like I don't understand anything. So, it's just there's no need for power
Mm,
over another country,
mm.
in my opinion.
Okay, so I heard that this whole move was made. Okay. Can you all see me and hear me now? Okay, cool. All right. So let's bring it on in. As we bring it on into our everyday life, everyday living, we're talking about like being young people in basically in black households and growing up in Birmingham, Alabama, in Hoover, wherever we live, but still growing up in this area in Alabama with something to say. I got something to say. And a big thing that we started talking about was like encountering lifelong learners and educational exchanges. We want to be able to make educational exchanges. We want to give to you, you give to us. We gain from you, you gain from us. We share information and you're not punished for it. Do you all feel like you've ever had that place or a safe space to do that?
I think my mom tries to make a safe space for that, but honestly, like most kids, it's just like a difficult topic to talk about because I will say a lot of the older generation is a little stubborn and they don't really like to listen that much. But some of them will, and if you can really just find that time to do it, then I would like say go for it because if you can get your point across, maybe they'll listen.
Okay, so try it. We talked about modeling the behavior that you want to see and hear. So if I want to talk about some things, I'm going to have to start in my household. But what are some of the challenges with being able to share? I just want to share. I want to talk about how I feel, what I'm thinking, and what my experiences are. What are some of the challenges and boundaries for you all?
I think some of the challenges are some parents are busy. So it's like we have after school activities, we have church going on. So I feel like that's a big disconnect, but also like voicing, hey, I just need you to listen. I think that's another challenge that we do have. And to fix it, like we talked about earlier, just saying, hey mom, I want you to listen, or hey, I just need you to just hold on, just stop talking for a second, just listen to fully what I have to say, so you could be able to, receive what I'm saying, and also be able to, give me an answer so we can move forward with solutions.
I love it. Anybody else want to jump in on that part? Crew, regular vital crew, jump in too. One thing that I gathered from you all was though about the elder generations and flaws and trauma and how that impacts your relationships with us. Like you got so much going on, you can't even really be present for me. Marshall is gonna jump in and kind of lead the conversation. At this point, I'm just gonna interject. That's what we're here for. However, I want to make sure that we really make sure that those who are listening understand where we're coming from when we start talking about how we are parenting from places of what we've experienced and how we feel and what we think, what we know. And that doesn't always leave a lot of space for you all to be free flowing individuals. All right. So, parents, get ready for this. I want us to jump in on the idea that if you just listen to me for once, what would I say? If you just listen to me for once, what is it that I'm wanting people to hear? Not just my parents, but just those above me, those older than me who feel like they've experienced everything. If you would just listen to me, I wish that you would hear what?
I just want you to hear like my opinion, my side. Like, you don't have to agree with me, but we can come in the middle and agree on something. It's always something to agree on. We always find something in common. We family.
I would say sort of the same thing. Like, um, not everything needs to be constructive. Like, you can say it in a more reassuring way.
Okay. Okay.
I would say that it's okay to like be wrong and listen to another side of the story and other people's opinions, because just because you're older, sure, you've gone through more things and you have more to guilt trip people about. That doesn't always make you wiser, because especially like as I
I
was
like
saying
that.
earlier, in today's like world or whatever, the younger people have the advantage because we grew up in this world. You grew up in a completely different society than we did, so it just makes more sense that we might know just a little bit more than you do about certain topics, regardless of our age, because why, like, being wise or being like intelligent or even just emotionally intelligent has absolutely nothing to do with age.
Okay.
Yeah, we went from no phones to phones. We went from newspapers, just radio, to actual like news feeds now, or the shade room. Like, we had two different communication aisles, like from their generation and our generation.
Wow. Okay. So basically, shut y'all up and let us tell you something. Be open to listening to what we have to say. What is your point? We got that comment in. Like, make the point, share the information. It is an educational exchange. So let's look at something that, like, from the other side of it. Somebody was mentioning in pre-show about seeing their parents as humans, separating the parents from their traumas. Like, I need to separate my mama from her stuff and just recognize that my mama is a person. My daddy is a person. For a lot of us, that doesn't happen though until we're old. Like, now I'm trying to mend the relationships and I'm older, but you all seem to be a step ahead of our generation with that. I want to do that now because we got this from you all. Marshall, jump in and lead your crew.
Okay, so I will say that I was the one to bring up that topic, and I think as you get older, just like the perfection of your parents starts to fade a little bit, and y'all start being able to relate more, and you can see their faults more, and it's like the perfection kind of goes out the window. And sometimes you might hold like a little bit of resentment towards them because of like something that they might have said or they might have done. But I just feel like for me personally, like anything can happen. Tomorrow's not promised. And I just don't want to live my life like holding grudges against my parents or like people older than me or close to me because of some of their ways, especially if I know their intentions are true. Now, granted, people outside of that, they don't get that much grace because it's like, you cross me once, like I don't really have any obligation to continue talking to you, and nor do I want to. But of course, like with my family, I love my family. So it's like, I think you just have to see them as human and understand like the things that they've been through and like how you want them to be patient with you, you have to be patient with them too. And if you do have like a relationship to your parents, like with your parents to where you can have these conversations, I think for one, like you should do that, but also maybe know how to direct it to them. And also, again, like just give it time. Like they're not going to get it overnight, but I think like the more you open up that space for you guys to have that conversation, if you can, that's where you can make some strides and make some changes.
I love that. I have a question about something you said. What is it that parents don't get or elders don't get? I know like a big part of being a teenager is like, my parents just don't understand. They don't understand me. But I've been a teenager. So tell me what is it that I'm missing? What don't we understand? Be open and honest.
Well, I will say one thing, like I think it's not mainly it's like the older generation, something that they think goes through their mind a lot is that they can't stand the younger generations, but then it'll just be them being a kid, and they'll get so mad at them for doing just like kid stuff.
I was about to say, like what?
So like for example, of course someone's gonna get mad because their parent told them that they can't do something. But I feel like some adults don't know how to like take their response to that, because every kid responds to restrictions differently, but so does like every parent respond to that response. So I know a lot of people think having a basic conversation is talking back, and you would just try to like prove your point or your side of the story, and they'll get defensive over it.
Okay. So like not knowing that I'm not talking back, I'm not being rude, but I'm trying to communicate. Okay. So Vital Crew, do you all feel that we have a communication issue when it comes to how we communicate with our young people?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because I talk to my young people how I talk to y'all.
And I'll say this because this is one area that I've like had to unlearn.
Okay.
I believe now that a lot of stuff we were passed down, we were just taught wrong, and because you're taught wrong, you live wrong. It's nothing to that. I think that parents have this notion that you can't be your kid's friend, and I think you can do both roles.
Absolutely.
But there's a line, and I think a lot of parents like, ain't it? But to be able to get what you need from your child on a level where they feel safe enough to share any and every experience, you do have to have another level of a relationship with just parent and child. You need to be that child's friend.
Absolutely.
So at some point, you have to let go. And a lot of it's control and power, because you've always had it. Now he's not little Timmy and little Kimmy. As they grow, they get their own little minds. You got to be able to receive that.
For
but
sure.
We've been passed down, shut up, do as I say, not as I do mentality. And that just don't work with this generation. It just does not work.
Okay.
This culture is too smart for that.
Okay. Do you all feel that your parents should be your friends?
At times.
Like, okay. Can we go out together? I want to go with you.
Yeah, right. So at times you can be my friend, but you also have to know like when to be my friend and when not to be my friend. Like, so in school, like, or if I bring you something that I really want, like I really want your opinion on like how my outfit looks or how this boy is treating me or something like that. At times like that, you can be my friend.
Okay.
But like real world problems, like I need to know.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
I need you to stop playing and be my parent.
Right. At those times. So it's just you gotta fill it out.
I love that. Okay. So we're privileged to have a good group of young people that value having that duality with your parents. Like You'll tell me, Mom, that's lame. Get out. But then you'll also say, Mom, I need you come in here.
Right.
Okay, cool. What you got? Who was that leaning in?
Yeah, I would also agree on that. Like, I need to know, okay, taxes. When it's time, I need you to show me.
I don't know
I
how to
need
do
you to
that.
show me because
Baby, you better go find your auntie.
no, seriously. But certain things it just need to be taught early. So when I become an adult, I sort of know what to come instead of you saying, "Oh well, when you get grown, you understand." Like,
Mm-mm.
no, I want to know the steps now,
Okay.
so I can be able to coach myself. The guidance along the way, so you can be able to just encounter anything.
Mm,
Like, I feel like it's important.
okay.
That's where not to be my friend at when it comes to financial literacy. That's me.
Especially if you've seen your parents struggle with finances or if
Mhm.
you've seen them build finances. Are you all kind of aware and knowledgeable of when your parents are experiencing things that may directly affect you, but they don't tell you?
Yes.
What does that look like?
It looks like not talking to me. It looks like just being distant. Like, no one's sitting at the table eating. Like, I know my family, we love sitting at the table, to eat, and we had a true table. That's a true table. That's where everything come out, no judgment. But I just feel like it just bridged the gap in saying like how our week is and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the truth table is open for the truth. We want everybody to be open and honest and communicating. But then correction as an insult. If I say something to an adult and I'm giving them my opinion or whatever, and they always see it as disrespectful or it's insulting that I'm trying like actually I do know I am right. Like, what does that let's get on that part. Then I want to keep it moving into some other things that you all want to discuss. But like, I know that I'm right, and you aren't listening because I'm your child or because I'm young. Like, what do I do with that? What are we supposed to do with that? I know I'm right. I'm telling you, ma'am, sir. What y'all think? Y'all don't talk about it because y'all just said that that's what be happening.
Can I ask a question? All right, so it seems that y'all don't really have much to say on that because y'all don't know. But like, if you can't talk to your parents, who do you talk to?
Me personally, sometimes if it's like something that someone in my family does or someone that I know like does that makes me upset or whatever, I would just talk to my friends about it. And sometimes we would relate and be like, "Oh yeah, my mom did that too," and it made me so mad. I was like, "Yeah, I get that." But I think something that a lot of people need to understand is that not a lot of people like talking to other people about stuff. And sometimes you just have to create that space for them to want to actually open up and talk to you. Because, like, for me personally, I don't really like talking to people. I find it really awkward about deep stuff. But when that space is created and I can actually open up to a person, like, sometimes I'll go all out.
I agree on that because now that I'm older, I don't have that many friends. I'm gonna just say that I don't have that many friends. I've always been chosen, so I talk to my therapist. That is my dog. I am for therapy. If you've been thinking about going to therapy, you go. If you don't have anybody that you're talking to on a consistent basis that you trust, you need somebody with a sound mind to help you make those decisions.
Peyton?
Um, I feel like you can have somebody you need to talk to. If it's not your parents, you could talk to your friends, you could talk to a therapist. But you could also talk to God. He will care for you, he will listen to you, and he will come up and show you that he is him. In times that you if time in times that you need him, he will show up and show out for you.
I love that answer. Alan, what about you?
I would talk to my cousins like a family member.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'll talk to my grandma because she knows everything. So
Mhm.
she's been on the earth longer.
He didn't even say his sister, and she like standing in the room.
Well, her too, but
It's all good. We know what's up.
yeah.
So do y'all feel like this is a good space for you to like have these conversations, and you feel like if your parents are listening, they might start to be more receptive to some of the things that you're saying or mentioning?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Yes, I feel like my parent has changed like throughout the years. Like eventually when I got older, life started happening. We started leaning on each other more. So absolutely, I think this platform is perfect.
Okay.
I think it might be good because, like, sometimes if you just don't want to say something straight to their face, you can say it on here and hope that they listen to it without having to have that like really awkward
Yes.
conversation in person. You can just hope that they're listening and pay attention on what you're saying.
You get it. That's exactly what this is. I said it on the radio. Did you listen to the show tonight? Yeah, I heard it. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna just take it that you heard exactly what I said. I love that you know that. So we got a lot of comments coming in. Thank you all for listening and for sharing. Somebody said, "Well, these kids smart. Where they come from?" LOL. Come on, Peyton. Grandmas are the go-to. So just several comments coming in. Thank you all for listening and supporting the Vital Youth Crew. I want to go to some of the topics that we'll be discussing on the show. So we talk about DMR, dating, mating, and relating. And there is no age limit on us doing it because those are human interactions. So I'm always curious to hear about young relationships. I remember trying to date and relate when I was a teenager and a preteen, and I thought whatever was happening then was it. Like that was it, and it was gonna be that. And oh, it was just so much. It was just so It was just too much. But I thought that was it because I was in it. But then once I grew and got out of it, I'm like, that wasn't nothing compared to what's to come. So I'm just wondering for you all, like, what does that look like now? Dating and trying to get to know other people. It's different.
A lot of people are dating online now rather than just connecting with the person like in person in front of you. Like some people will be scared to like approach me. I'm like, why not approach me? But I mean, I just feel like they don't approach in person no more. It's just strictly online or dating apps. It's a lot of dating apps out there.
Y'all do apps? What's a
Well, I'm
what's a
little
youth
bit
crew
older,
dating
but-
app?
I don't do the apps. I'm 27, for instance. I know like a lot of people my age do, but like for one, I feel like I'm not super in a rush to like be committed and like tied down and stuff like that. I just feel like this season is solely to like focus on myself. But also I just feel like the apps, like you don't know these people. Like I feel like in that
Mhm.
notion, I'm kind of old school. Like I don't want to meet you on an app. Like I'd rather just be like out somewhere we can have like a conversation in person. I mean, I feel like Instagram can be a little bit different at times, but I feel like a dating app is like on his end, like, oh, you just solely looking for like
Mhm.
women, like you browsing, like you're shopping, you know. I don't want to be shops. Like you come up to me, you speak to me like you on a mission, you know. So that's just how I feel about it.
Mhm. I'd rather be approached like that rather than online. Mm-mm.
Okay, so like taking it back to high school, we like in high school you date on we used to date on the high school circuit. Like if I may go to Huffman, but I date somebody that goes to Parkland. We drive over there and whatever, we link up like that. It used to be that type of thing. Does that still happen?
A lot. I know.
Okay, cool.
I know a few people like personally. There's this guy. He's dating someone that goes to a school that's like our neighboring school. It's a lot of people do still date in person and stuff. That's what I see the most of. And of course, here and there's going to be the few people that meet online, but where I am at least, and with the people that I know, a lot of them is like in our school or in neighboring schools. I never really see people go farther than that.
Okay. Interesting to know. So, because like it's almost like elders and aliens when you talk about older people and younger people. It's like two different worlds. And then there are those of us who are still somewhat in between, but still trying to navigate how to be present for our young people. So, like, if you have a relationship, and this is about to go there, but I want to go there just because I need your insight. Is it safe for a parent of a teenager to assume that they are physically or sexually active or involved or interested? Should we assume that or should we not? Like that's nasty. We don't do that, or is it just like that's natural? Assume it. You're not what the word is, attorney. You're not incriminating yourself. I just need to know. I need help.
I feel like if you know your kid, then you know whether they're doing it or not. But your kid can hide a lot of stuff from you.
Baby, because I hear it. Okay.
But
Tell me
at
more.
the same time, if you know your kid, then you know whether they're doing that or not. Yeah, it's just if you know, you know.
Oh, okay, girl, mama. If you know, you know. Okay, cool.
I
How
think-
y'all take that? Like, what? Go tell me some more.
I think that parents should really just have an open mind. I feel more like it's on the natural part. Like adults are always like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You're too young." But you were a kid too at some point, and we've heard you talk about the stuff that you did when we were our age. But I just really feel like it should be expected, but not to always just assume. Like if you find out that they've been messing around, be like, "Okay, you're young, but I mean, I get it." And don't just always assume that if your daughter is going to go hang over a boy's house, don't always assume that they're going to do something. They could just be friends.
Girl, thank you. I'm just a homie. Like, what? They just love me. You should understand that. I'm lovable. They just love me. Okay, y'all. Hey, comments. If you want to call in and support the Vital Youth Crew tonight, just bouncing around talking about different things. 994-8949, welcoming them to the airwaves. This is just an introduction topic. Bouncing around, like we're talking about the things that we talk about on the show. Education. Do you all learn at school? Man, my child's like, we don't learn nothing. I learned something in his class, and it's another man that's gone in his class. Other than that, man, we learning nothing at school.
Yes, I learned at my HBCU.
Yes, ASU. Come on here.
I love that. I love how personal my HBCU is, and like how like understanding the professors are, and they create an avenue for you to actually get stuff done, like not just have doing their job. They actually create resources for us to strive to our full potential. So shout out to Alabama State University and graduates of Alabama State University.
Okay, I love that. In high school, are you all learning something? Like, has high school equipped you to be somebody?
I think that schools are doing a lot better than like what they used to in teaching you about your future, or whatever. Like they're kind of put in my school, at least, you're required to take career prep classes and health classes. So right now I'm in career prep. I did learn about this before because I took an entrepreneurship class and I took a law class back in middle school. But right now in career prep, we're talking about financial literacy. Like I said, I learned this last year in my business software applications class. It was a requirement, but we're going through that. Like we're learning about credit and like how to use credit, how to budget, all that stuff. Even in middle school, we were learning about resumes, what we do for like when we graduate and need to get a house and stuff, and how to look for the right stuff based off of your career. We're also like, in my school, we have college and career readiness indicators. You have to have a certain amount of stuff to graduate. So whether that's you take a certain amount of classes that can build you for a good career, like once again, I got mine freshman year because I took 2 classes where I got certified in stuff that I could end up putting on my resume. And like if you want an advanced diploma or whatever, you can learn multiple languages. Like I know that can help in your resume. We have a craft academy for like trade school. Like my school is very into making sure that you have somewhere to be once you graduate.
Love it. Okay, so she's learning at her school. Okay, what you got, Ellen? What Peyton? Like, is school teaching you?
My school teaching me. I feel like, but if you're not like in AP or advanced classes, I feel like teachers, I won't say they don't care, but they have like I guess a lower expectation for you since you're not in those advanced classes. And but I still get my education, like, but I think for the people that aren't in the advanced classes, you have to go about yourself and learn on your own, which kind of defeats the purpose of school.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's like you have to want this for yourself, and not everybody's going to be, I mean, everybody's going to be there to push you, but they only can go so far. And you got to carry yourself to go where you want to go. If that makes sense.
Preach, girl. Question then. Let's put y'all on the spot just to see, because you said you learned at school, and I'm wondering what they're teaching you at your school. Who was the first Black mayor of Birmingham, Alabama? Because they be learning at school, don't it, Wendy?
See, we don't go that far.
Oh,
Right, so like it's more broad.
Right, like
More
we're learning
broad.
See?
U.S. history, world
Yeah.
history.
world history.
Yeah.
See, so those are the type things that like, and this is not like, this is just to prove the point, not to slight you out at all, but these are the type things that, you know, in our spaces, when you talk about like the connection between the older generation and the younger generation, it's value and pride in knowing things like that, or being aware of like, this is where you sit right now, this is a Black owned radio station, blah 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 blah. Those are the things that it's our responsibility to teach you. This is why you're here, this is why you're present with people who are investing in you knowing the other things as opposed to just the broad things. So the first Black mayor of the city of Birmingham, Richard Arrington Jr. That's the first one. I know you know the current one, Randall Lee Woodfin. That's the current one. Do you know any of the others in between? We've had maybe two more. Larry Langford, Bernard Kincaid.
Yeah, Mayor Bill.
There we go. Okay, cool. So it's an age thing, right? So parents and adults and elders who are listening, community leaders who are listening, this is what's important. So your school is teaching the foundational things, I suppose. I can't tell you what I learned at school. I think just about everything I learned at home. But then I told my mama I don't want her to teach me because I'm supposed to learn at school. That was crazy. But school is where you learn. But then in the neighborhood and in the community is where you learn even more. The things that really make you who you are. And then your experiences. That is the greatest teacher, your experiences. What up, J-Hat?
Yeah, so I'm listening and y'all say y'all learning, and I hear woo. So I think it's one of those things too. It depends on the teacher, because we do have a standard we have to follow, but at some point, a good teacher is going to teach the whole child. A good teacher is going to teach holistically. So that means I'm gonna give you a little bit of the standards. I'm gonna give you a little bit of streets. I'm gonna give you a little bit of common, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of us. Now I say us because I don't reserve Black history to 1 month. Black history is U.S. history. So when you say U.S. history and world history, no, it's all that.
All good. V94.9 WATV. You're listening to the show Vital with the Vital Youth Crew. First Sunday ever. This has been a long time coming. Really happy to have our young people, the next voice of the airwaves. Just talking, just rapping, just laying it all out, laying a foundation. Are you all iPad kids?
I had an iPad until my brother broke it. I wouldn't consider myself an iPad kid though. I did basically anything that you would do on a phone. I'm not like, cause like there's like the YouTube Shorts kids, the iPad kids, the brain rot and stuff. I think I just use my iPad as another device. I'm not like glued to it or anything. Of course, I was upset when it got broke, but I can live without it.
I'm not an iPad kid. I grew up outside. I grew up eating that grass. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I did not eat grass, but we did play together. We were able to. I was running with my cousins. That's what we did when we went over grandma's house and spent the night. We were outside until it got dark, and we were able to communicate, meet, other people that were appropriate in our age.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was an outside kid. I didn't have a phone. I didn't have an iPhone until I got to middle school.
Okay. So not facing the tablet all the time. Like, this is what you all know. This is all you know. You all are actually well-versed, well-rounded people. You can engage in conversation when you're in a room, or you take your phone out. Which one?
I think it depends on the situation though.
Mhm.
I mean, like, if I'm in a pub, I'm not a very I'm a very introverted person. So like if I'm just in a room with a bunch of random people, I'm probably gonna wait for somebody else to start a conversation and not do it myself. Once it gets started, I might jump in, but 9 times out of 10, I'm probably just gonna keep to myself.
Okay. Is that more common with you all? Like, more people are introverted and quiet, and I'm waiting. It's Peyton is like, this is kind of how we are as a generation. That's crazy. So all y'all just introverts. What are extroverts?
There is one thing with that though. I
Okay.
think, like, especially when the Focus Act started going around, I heard a lot of teachers talking about this will like get y'all to communicate with each other more and actually start talking. But honestly, when we're put into certain situations, we know how to do that already. It was never the phones. If I'm around a group of people that I have stuff in common with, like I can make new friends when I'm in the situation too. I'm not just gonna be a weirdo and hide off in a corner
Okay.
if there's like an interesting topic going on. And they were like, when y'all are in the hallway, y'all can actually talk to each other. And if you guys are waiting like during like some break hour or something, y'all can actually communicate. But we did that anyways. And I really think the whole thing where they think we're just glued to our phones all the time, it's just like overkill. We're not 100% always on our phones, but we still communicate even through our phones, even if it's not face to face. It gives us more ways to communicate outside of that.
Okay. Y'all heard what the girl said? Somebody asked too, can you put your phone down? Yes, ma'am. We don't have our phones up all the time like you think we do. Is what they said. All right, then.
I will say though, to speak to this, none of the kids have been on their phones this entire time, so I think that's a plus. So they can't put them down. I just feel like sometimes you have to have something that's a bit more engaging in front of them. But also, I'd like to speak on like the iPad kid thing. I literally like was born before an iPad even came out. And like I remember taking like computer class to like learn how that stuff works. But I find it interesting because it's like certain things that like I know how to do on a computer, like my grandma and like my parents get impressed by. But it's like I literally learned this in school. Like this feels like nothing to me. But I think it's interesting to see over time, like how things become second nature to us, but that's just like a whole new world to somebody else. So I feel like that also kind of goes back to being patient with the older generation sometimes. This is new for them and it's not for us. Like we're in it, they're outside of it. So I just think everyone deserves grace when you feel the need to give it to them.
Okay. So our vital crew members drove to the studio. So I definitely want you all to talk. I don't want you to sit there and observe. I want you to be in conversation for the fast 5 minutes of the rest of the show. So come on and gather around our young people. Get in the groove in between each one of them. And we're going to do a game if we can. We're going to improvise this game and see how that goes. Y'all got to move quickly. We only got like 4 minutes. It's radio. Like fast 5. It's only 4 left. So kind of get in between each set. And hi. Now all of us are actively around young people quite frequently. So we can, I still consider myself young to a degree. But now I feel old because I have a child that is the age of the Vital Youth Crew. She's just not present. So let's do this. If I mention or if I ask your favorite store from growing up, what is your favorite store from growing up? Whoever it is next to might speak.
Mine's is Walgreens. Cause
what?
Cause my mom worked at Walgreens for a long time, and I was always there. I was always with her in the back. So yeah, if it was on the other side of that, like toys wise, I would go Toys R Us.
You remember Toys R Us? Okay. Favorite stores?
Mine was Parisians. That was right here in 5 Points West because my brother used to work there.
I'd say like one of my favorite stores is probably Hollister. I get a lot of my clothes from there, even if it's just my friends and I going to the mall to literally just window shop. Because we do that sometimes. We'll just check out the clearance section or just admire the clothes we wish we could have.
Think about something that, keep going. Then the next one, I'm going to tell you the flashback.
Mine was Toys R Us and Woolworth.
Okay.
That's telling my age, ain't it?
That's interesting. Woolworth and Walgreens. Okay.
Mine is Ross. You can get everything at Ross. And you, like my girl said, it's clearance. I learned how to shop in there.
Okay. So thinking about growing up, like now you all are present. Hollister, Ross, Walgreens.
Mine was Toys R Us and GameStop.
Okay.
I loved getting games.
Okay. Remember games?
I'm going way back then. Zare.
Okay.
And Parisians.
Okay.
5
In
Point West.
the comments, y'all. So we're looking at generational differences. Give me a restaurant that was your favorite that has closed now. Or something that you like. Ruby Tuesday.
Yes,
okay.
I used to love a good Ruby Tuesday salad.
Okay, we're connecting.
Quincy's.
Yes. You remember Hot and Now burgers? Hot and Now? It was like 50 cents, something like that. We used to get that on the way to church because it was right there on 4th Avenue.
39-cent burgers.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
And it wasn't human meat.
It was 39 cents. Give it to me. Give me 3.
Might have been.
Maybe. Okay. Somewhere that's closed.
I don't know if they're closed down everywhere, but Steak and Shake, at least the one by me, is closed. And I kind of love Steak and Shake. The only thing I
Okay.
did not like, their whipped cream sucked.
Okay. They had the worst whipped cream ever. Okay. Favorite restaurant that has closed? Take it like take me back. Take us back.
It was O'Charlie's for
Oh,
me.
that was
Those
mine. That was
rolls.
mine. I love
That-
Charlie's.
Yeah, and that loaded potato soup. Oh my gosh, used to be
Yes.
so good.
Yes, I agree. That was mine. That was mine.
Okay, real quick. Everything I like is still open. It's brand new.
I can't think of one.
Really? Everything you like is still open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
See, this is how it goes. Somebody said Inslee Grill, Quincy's. J Hatch O. Somebody said Sheen. Okay. Somebody said Parisian 5 Points West was my favorite store growing up too. Okay.
Man, come on, give me that Wingos.
Wingos. Okay. Okay. From down in Inslee, real good barbecue Jimmy's. You had to know you had to kind of be from Inslee to know Jimmy's. I remember that. Okay. Favorite TV show that is no longer on the air.
Loud House. The Loud House.
The
I
Loud
don't know
House.
if they're still
See?
on the air, but
This is doing what I wanted
the
it
Loud
to
House
do.
is gas, bro.
the Loud House was
It's
my
what
show.
gas. What does that
No,
mean?
it was
good.
on TV.
You say it's good.
Back
It's
in the day.
gas. Okay. Chris, I'm like Loud House is gas. What?
I mean, I don't know. I have several, like all of the good, the Cosby's, the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Family Matters, Full House. Like I'm one of those.
Somebody said Girlfriends. Okay. Off the air.
I don't remember anything I watched like back like a long time ago because I usually just watch DVDs
Okay.
all the time. Like I remember I used to watch Charlie's Angels. Or
Yes.
I would go from that to like the Cat in the Hat live action.
Okay.
But now I just be watching Netflix or YouTube. So I don't really have anything that I can think of right now.
Okay.
I got 3. Okay, so I had The Cosby Show, Being Mary Jane, and Love Is. It was only one season.
Okay.
but I hate that.
Okay.
I have to go 106 in Park.
Yes.
I love 106
Okay.
in Park.
Okay.
I would have to say the Bernie Mac show.
Okay.
Don't be old. That's my mama.
That's the show. So in Living Color, A Different World.
Amen.
That's I wanted to be on In Living Color. Being Mary Jane. So what we're doing right now is just looking at how things change, how things shift, and where we are, where we're going. Our youth crew is bringing that to us. One more, a fashion line that you used to rock, like a label that you used to rock.
Apple Bottom. Apple Bottom.
Rockaware. Y'all wasn't wearing stuff?
Cross colors.
I'd have to say Levi's.
Iceberg, Fubu. Sean John had me in his chokehold.
Y'all remember South Pole? Yes. The BB. Baby fat.
They need to bring Sean John back. That was fresh.
No, man.
No, we ain't messing with him.
Don't do us like this. Go ahead.
Man, come on with the duck heads.
I did rock duck heads. So the whole purpose of that game was
Me
just to
too.
show the in between times. You all didn't say anything that we wear that you wear now. So my daughter's getting back into things that we wore. And for me, that's like, oh, it's kind of flattering, but then it's weird because it's already back around. So we have more in common than we have that separates us. How can we continue to have these type conversations? It's by having the Vital Youth Crew. Yay! So this was the beginning of that. They're gonna have their own topics, their own shows, and all of that. Marshall has been our intern since she got here, but Marshall is a woman of her own, and she's going to be leading the Vital Youth Crew. We're gonna do our role as far as mentoring and being present. I'm gonna do my thing up here, running the board and whatnot. But I am just so grateful that you are here with us. We look forward to many of these shows and some great efforts in the community. You getting back to your school, bringing more young people, all types of stuff. It's going to be great. And it's going to be big. So it's going to be great. For for those of you listening and watching, if you want to support, reach out to me. You can find me anywhere and help us. Help us help them. You know, somebody said awesome session. This was a session. Reach out to me. Let us know what you are willing to do to help us help the young people. It could be anything like trips, shirts, hats, food, whatever it might be. If you want to help, let us know. Headphones, gear, we need all that because we're gonna have more people. Okay. Final comments coming in right now. Pastor Larry and I are very proud of the Vital Youth Crew. Please talk with your parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles and express your feelings and thoughts respectfully. So you've been encouraged to keep doing that. That's my mama. All right. So like I told y'all, you can talk to your parents directly through the radio. And they're going to be like, okay, I heard what you said tonight. I'm proud of you. I understand. It helps. All right. Anything before we go? Shouts out to everybody who came through to our choir rehearsal on Friday night. J-Hat was lit. It was a great time. The Voices of the V gathered on Friday night at Mount Moriah Baptist Church, North Pratt. The praises went up. The blessings came down. One line I heard from several people, me included, I needed this. I heard that several times on the way out. Let J-Hat get the mic right quick.
It was very, very refreshing. And I'm hoping and waiting. Got a phone call today of somebody who wanted to still participate. So 2 people heard it and it was like, yeah, this is needed. So yeah.
It was, I mean, just popped off. We singing. We in there. So next month, which is this month, is already here today. So end of the month, we'll be practicing again on a Friday. We'll let you know what day and what time, probably the same time, probably the same place. We'll let you know the date really, really soon. It was good. It was really good. Bring your tambourine, bring your whatever, and come turn up with us. Peyton, your mama said, I'm proud of my baby. And my mama said, the Voices of the V are bad. All right now. So keep listening, keep supporting all things Vital. We'll be back next Sunday for the second Sunday. What's Hot in Health? Your mama gonna be here. What's Hot in Health? Next week, we'll get into, I think this month is Kidney Awareness Month. Wendy, look right behind you. It's Women's Health Month at the bottom of that calendar highlighted. What else? Yeah. Oh, Women's Month, Women's History Month, Kidney Month, TBI, Traumatic Brain Injury Month. So a lot to talk about. So keep it locked. We'll be talking about all of that and more every Sunday night at 7 p.m. right here on the Abby Award-winning Vital Show. Y'all be vital. Have a blessed week. Be safe and be vital.